Guys, before you go on to this clip, please don't forget to press the subscribe button for more content like this. We post all our clips on this channel from the podcast. I know you're going to enjoy this quite a lot. Who do you believe in?
What she meant is like,
No, but that's a question I have. I genuinely mean that.
I do believe in God. I believe in a higher power. I believe in the theory of karma. As you sow, so shall you reap. And there is a faith that I follow, which is the Radhaswami faith.
Yeah.
It's something I've been born into, in the sense that my parents followed it, my grandfather did. I have a feeling even his father did. And it's like a value system that I have been brought up with. So the essence of it is essentially leading a moral life. And then as you progress in terms of wanting to take it seriously, if you want to practice it for life, it can be a lifestyle both ways, but you can follow the principles as a lifestyle or you can follow it as a path. If you follow it as a path, there are 3 pillars: meditation, leading an honest life, and service, like selfless service, which is seva. So those are the 3 fundamental principles, and that's what I follow.
What kind of meditation is that?
Like focusing your concentration and your consciousness.
On a mantra or like a spot?
Sort of, yeah.
Acha, theek hai. Is there a philosophical end to this? Like, is there a story sort of narrative to it, or is it
There's
just
no
like
story as such. It's more like a principle, right?
Right.
Essentially, there is a creator, energy, person, however you want to see that the
ठीक.
world was created from energy, and that very energy exists in all of us. If there is a source of that energy, and you have taken from that and now a different entity, eventually you want to go back and merge into that source. You might have done whatever you wanted to, but then you come back and
join back?
or
Yeah.
whatever. But if I was to make it a little less story-like, it's following the theory of karma. As you sow, so shall you reap. You may go through people who believe in lives and various lives and things like that. You do certain karma. You
Right.
pay for it,
Right.
good or bad. But eventually you want to get out of that cycle, right?
Yeah.
You want to keep doing that? Do you want to keep... some people do. And cool, like you want to keep going through that, that's fine. But for me, it's like peace of mind. I'm done. Like, that's it. I want to
people
live
enjoy their
life well.
tragedy. Yeah.
I want to live this life as well as I can. Doing what I need to, the duties that I need to, dharma. Making sure that my karma is
In line with it.
in line with it. Not doing anything that comes in the way. That's why you practice vegetarianism.
Oh, you're vegetarian?
I'm vegetarian.
Out and out?
Yeah.
You've
Since I
never
was
had
born.
protein in your life?
I have had protein. I've just not had animal sources of protein.
Yeah, I'm joking. I just found an opening and I had to.
No, but and also then no mind altering substances, because if your purpose is to congregate and focus, and something is causing this to dissipate,
Right.
it's counterproductive.
So you are really telling me you live in the upper echelons of Bombay high society and you've never tried alcohol?
I have,
Oh, so then how does that make sense?
but I left.
Oh, you left it.
I
Is that
left
what you
it.
mean? Okay. Interesting.
It's like, okay, if this is the path of life that I want to follow, now I'm going to follow it through till the end. And these are the principles that I'm going to follow it with.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't necessarily have like a ethical position on any of
Do
those
you
things.
have
Religious background?
something?
I have so
What's
much
your
to say to that.
perspective on God?
Oh, I have so much to say to that. But thank you for asking me. Nobody ever really asks how Prakhar is doing. So, okay, I'm a...
We'll just tell Ansh to ask you that every 5 minutes, okay?
Dude, बेचारा वो वैसे ही कहता है उसको मेरे jokes पे हंसना पड़ता है. तो मैं... See, I was always philosophically oriented. ठीक है? I know you've seen my podcast. You've not seen content I've done before. A lot of my content is basically philosophy, psychology. Right?
Love that.
That's my core. I speak...
You can find the best thing about philosophy is that you can find something in everything
Yeah.
that relates to you.
Yeah, no, 100%. And so, like even before I went to school for that, I was always searching this, that, you know, I'd written essays that I now see from like when I was 18, and I'm like, really, ये था तू, मतलब 18 साल में भी ये सब कर रहा था. Anyway,
Wow.
yeah, I have some really interesting stuff that
I'd
really
love to
trips me
read,
out.
though.
I'll send you. I'll actually send you because you like reading. So I think my first actual brush with what is beyond me, because when you start off with philosophy and psychology, you start off material, right? And I started off by thinking God's an evolutionary accident. That because there is a such thing as consciousness, तो हमारी body form हो रही है, अचानक से कुछ ऐसा हो जाता है कि lights on हो जाते हैं.
क्या?
तो हम उसको आंसर नहीं करते because science at the material level does not answer that.
Okay.
Right?
So
कुछ
what separates a human from animals?
There is
Or
many-
other beings?
There's many perspectives. So the clear distinction is your ability to reflect on yourself.
Correct.
Self-consciousness. हाँ, Vivek, self-consciousness, right? Now, whether that is a gradient or whether that is a discrete step, कि यहाँ नहीं है और यहाँ है, that is very different for different people. So I think within the sort of fold you are in, वहाँ पे gradient होगा. That's why
Could
every
that
life is
also
conscious.
be that it exists, but your awareness of its existence could change?
Yeah. I mean, I'm open to the
कि
possibility.
है,
हाँ.
लेकिन मैंने अभी तक महसूस नहीं किया है वो.
हाँ, मैं किसी और को कैसे महसूस करूँ? I can't see your
नहीं, कि
consciousness.
ये
हाँ.
जो
Higher
sense
power.
of discrimination है
हाँ.
in human beings, that we have this sense of discrimination to decipher between the intellectual capacity to decipher between what's right and wrong. You could be, it takes a little bit of time to develop that and
100%.
fine tune that.
100%.
Right? So maybe it's in varying degrees.
Yeah, 100%.
Inherently, I guess it probably exists.
100%. So my first brush happens in 2019. I have a small depressive episode. In hindsight, it always feels small. When you're in it, it sucks, you know.
Yeah.
And I randomly end up in a Vipassana center for 10 days, right? And not that Vipassana automatically healed it, but it set the course for my healing.
Why do you think that?
I think if you truly want to wake up, you need to spend time in silence as much as you can.
Exactly.
You really wake up, and then the good and bad becomes very obvious.
Yeah.
Because you see the theory of karma to somebody who's a Vipassanite in that way. It's not really that I've done something wrong to you.
Yeah.
Like if I lie to you, I have to go back in my car thinking, "Abhi, मैंने इसको भी झूठ बोल दिया." And that's just going to bother me. It's going to
True.
itch in the back of my head.
Yeah.
And people, because they're so bahirmukhi, they're so outwardly centered, they don't realize how that's scratching in the back of their head.
Their
I-
own self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a career reminding them you're also inside, boss. Like, what are you doing? Why so much about it from the outside?
True.
And so that was my first brush. My second brush with God happened when I had some dark times. And it really began to make sense to me why people believe in God. Like, it really began to make sense in the sense that sometimes life doesn't make sense. You know, the most common question people ask in tragedies is, why me? Well, because he picked you. But it won't appear to you. You won't think like
So
that.
destiny?
I'm saying don't even put a word to it. He picked you. He decided, look, your time to go through hardship. Are you ready? Are you with me? And so that's when I truly began to give form to God. My family's from Vrindavan, both my parents.
Okay.
And my sister's name... हाँ.
Can we reduce the AC?
Yeah,
Sorry.
please. ठंडा कम करो. बहुत ठंडा हो गया.
I want to listen to you, not freeze.
That's fine. You're fine. So the sort of... My sister's name is Radhika. You know, so we come from like a very Krishna-oriented background, right? Like मैं जब छोटा था ना, मेरे को मेरी दादी जबरदस्ती मक्खन खिला देती थी कि बेटे चलो मक्खन खाओ. And I started seeing form. I started seeing Krishna. My girlfriend, she's Christian, she's Catholic. She was a great support in my dark times. And so she started introducing me to sort of religious ideas as well. She started saying कि अच्छा देख, मतलब I see the world this way. And I was very interested. And because I was philosophically minded, I could hold all these positions in my head without really buying into them. My third brush with God, spirituality, right and wrong, happened in my last Vipassana retreat this January. And that, it was like a 360-degree flip on life. It was some of the most horrific experiences I've had being in there because I was like, I'm going to die. पर मैं रोज ना, Mira, I would walk out. अच्छा, तो you start at 4:30 in the morning, 6:30 you have your first walking session. You're just walking. और उस पूरे center में ना, there were more, like all these peacocks just hanging around. And all that Krishna thinking would just kick in. I'd be like, कोई डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, Krishna is watching. And that began to give it more and more form. And I'm very open to the idea that by the time I'm touching 40, 45, 50 maybe, I'll be much warmer to God than I've been. Because I came from a very hardened sort of philosophically atheistic standpoint, scientifically material standpoint. I'm getting there. And I'm very happy about it. I love the dance. The ritualistic, traditional stuff, I'm whatever with. I like the exploration of इतना सुंदर दुनिया
But you know, it really depends on what you want to take
Yeah.
from everything. You know, you can take the Gita and its teachings.
Yeah.
You can take the Bible. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. I mean, you can take philosophy, and you can take inspiration from various religions that exist. I mean, the religions started off as a school of thought that became eventually
hardened, sort of, you know,
a
organized.
practice that you kind of more organized,
Yeah.
that you kind of follow. But to me, they're all speaking about oneness.
Yeah.
They're speaking about unity. They're speaking about unification, and not living in a dichotomy.
Yeah.
You know,
Duality. That's the
duality.
word you're looking for.
Right. That's
Yep.
the word I'm looking for. I
Yeah.
mean, soul and divine.
Or
Right?
even the doer and the watcher. Like,
Yeah.
run this experiment. As you do anything, there is somebody in the back of your head constantly talking to you. And the only thing you look forward to in life, and this is a fact, is the unification of the doer and the watcher. That's why people drink. That's why people have sex. Like, all of that is this sort of union that emerges. And in those brief seconds, you are not interrupted by your own self. वो बीच में नहीं आ रहा.
Interesting.
तभी तो flow states. People love doing art for that reason. Because they're flowing. And that flow is so meetha.
But going back to Vipassana, I mean, it's interesting that somebody who wrote a book called Don't Shut Up went for Vipassana.
Yo, she's smart, dude. I like that. Yeah.
But also, given that your job is actually talking, you know, this is a career that you've chosen, and then you go and you willingly keep quiet for 10 days.
Now I'm being, yeah, right. That's a very fair
but
question.
also, you also want to get that, you want to find the connection between what you would be saying and what's the voice inside you, but you're probably doing that by eliminating one aspect of it, which is not talking. So you're trying to kind of achieve the same thing, is it?
See, I'll tell
What
you.
was the purpose for you?
I'll tell you what my purpose with Vipassana was.
Yeah.
The first time around was a challenge. It was like, can I do
Can
this
I do
for 10
it?
days?
Can I do it?
Now I see it as probably the most hardened spiritual practice a person can set on. Because literally, जिस हिसाब से आपको दुनिया से कट ऑफ कर देते ना, आधा दिन लगता है सिर्फ बात ना करने की आदत डलने में. लोग मेरे से कहते हैं मैं कैसे बात नहीं करूंगा, मैं फोन पे कैसे नहीं रहूंगा. मैं बोलता हूँ बॉस, यहाँ जर्नी शुरू होगी. फिर जो तेरे साथ होने वाला है ना, तेरे को पता ही नहीं है.
Maybe you're too busy thinking about everything else that you're not being able to listen to what you're actually saying or thinking.
Oh
Is
my
it?
God, मीरा, मैं तेरे को कैसे बताऊं? The journey is intense. Like, there is stuff you are running away from constantly by doing
Yeah,
things that is
yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
And once that starts popping up, like I remember day 3 this time around, I start crying because I was like, I don't think I've spent proper time with my sister.
Myself.
My sister. And I was crying with tears. And I was like, ये तो मैंने कभी सोचा ही नहीं है कि मैंने ये कब से मेरे दिमाग में है. You know, and it was such
It was there somewhere. It was a latent thought.
and it just popped up in
Yeah.
tears. ऐसा भी नहीं होता because you know the idea is emotions are nebulous, thoughts are more sort of granular. वो कब emotion thought बना और मैं रोने लगा और ये निकलने लगा, मेरे को पता ही नहीं. तो ऐसी
Was
चीजें.
it cathartic? Did you feel like now it's left you, or you needed
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do something with it?
Well, so
with
I
the
went to
feeling?
Guruji. I said, boss, I need to sort of find a way to, you know, reconnect with my sister. And we are not distant in any way. But I just felt more of it, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, ठीक है, एक हफ्ता रुक जा, फिर कर लियो. मैंने बोला 3 दिन तो कटे नहीं भाई, तू क्या एक हफ्ता रोक रहे हो मेरे को? But yeah, and I got back and things were, you know, a lot more cordial in that way. But cathartic is not the right word because probably there's no happiness when you're that silent. There's only peace.
When you were crying, I meant, like, sometimes, you know, I feel like when you have a bubbling up of emotions and then you have that feeling of catharsis, it leaves you.
Yeah, yeah.
It could make you feel empty also, that I didn't deal with it. I didn't close the loop. I didn't tie those loose ends. Like, ro ke nikal gaya.
हाँ, अच्छा लगता है. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of saying men should cry all the time, but men should cry. Like, you know, crying is really, it's genuinely feelings leaving your body.
Yeah, and being in touch with your emotions. Like, I am...
Big crier?
No.
No, you don't cry a lot?
I tend to...
Hold
you know,
in.
Yeah. I tend to hold in. So, like, that's something that I'm working on. Like,
Crying more often?
not crying more often,
But
being
like
easier
letting-
with my feelings.
Yeah.
Being easier with myself and my emotions. I think, like, I just set my guards up pretty strong because of circumstances
Yeah.
and for fortification.
Yeah,
you
it's a
know?
defense mech.
And that worked inwards.
Yeah, and it is going to harm the quality of your life if you don't feel enough. Because
So yeah, you have to just
dance with it.
yeah.
You have to find the beauty in your sadness also.
Yeah.
Because the other thing about sad things is when they're ending, you're looking back being like, यार क्या सुंदर पीरियड था मेरी लाइफ का, तो तब
नहीं
भी
यार,
खुश
ऐसे
रहता
कुछ नहीं है।
सही में बड़ी pragmatic है नहीं मेरे को I genuinely feel that because like when they were finishing I was like इतना कुछ सीखा मैंने, wow,
That yes.
yeah, and so you just have to find the joy in it.
Like if you look back retrospectively and you're like, dude, I learned a lot from that situation. But do I want to go back there
No.
because it was so beautiful and sad? I don't think so.
No, but tragedy and beauty they go hand in hand.
They do.
Yeah, they go hand in hand.
But it becomes beautiful after you're out of the tragedy.
Yeah. You just have to. It's almost like finding those small moments to step back and smile at.
Yes. Yeah.
All breakups are like that. I get so many calls of my friends who are breaking up. I'm like, look, once you're done and you find your next partner and things are better, no?
तब सब ठीक हो जाएगा.
हाँ, तब तुम बोलोगे यार क्या अच्छा सुंदर वक्त था. तो बीच में find those moments to smile.
Yeah.
Because you're going through a very important phase in your life. That's the way I see it.